This is the path that I took to become a full-time photographer and videographer. I had no connections, 0 followers, so I had to do it the long way. And now I work full-time in-house for one of the trendiest dessert brands out there, while also freelancing for large brands. So if you're starting from ground zero with no followers and 0 connections and you want to make this your full-time gig, just follow these 6 steps. Let's get to it. So build a portfolio. If you don't have a library of work to showcase your future clients, then obviously they're not going to hire you. So what you need to do is create for free. Create some work in the industries that you see yourself working in. When I first started, I envisioned myself working for outdoor brands, so I went out with my friends and shot some outdoor related content, and I also reached out to small local businesses that had 0 budget for content, and I offered them my work for free. But what you got to do is treat it like a paid gig. Pretend that there's a lot in stake because you want your portfolio to look as best as it can. Not perfect, but as best as it can. After you've created several pieces of content, it's time to move on to step 2, and that's package it all up. And the best and simple way is to build a website. And no, Instagram is not a portfolio. Get that straight. There are a ton of free resources out there to build your portfolio. When I first started, I built my website on Weebly and it was free. It looked horrible, but sharing a website makes yourself look a little bit more professional than just telling people to go to your Instagram. Maybe in the future, I can show you how to build a website using free resources out there. Once you've built your website to showcase your portfolio, this leads us to our next step, and that is outreach. You're going to have to do a lot of cold emailing, cold calling, reaching out in person to tell people what services you offer. And yes, you're going to be getting a ton of no's, and that's normal. Because right now, it's a numbers game. When you're talking to these people, just keep it simple. Compliment their business. Tell them your idea for your content or ask them what their needs are. Send them a link to your portfolio. And then just hope they respond back. When I first started, I just emailed everybody. I had a templated email that, of course, I personalized a little bit. And I just blasted it out to as many businesses that I see myself working for. Once you get that first yes, this moves us on to our next step, and that is getting paid. When I first got my paid gig, I had no idea what to charge. So I just told them a random number that came into my head, and they said yes. And this will probably happen to you. You're probably going to undercharge. But landing your first paid client, no matter how much it is, it feels like you're doing something right, and it'll snowball from there. At this point in my career, I guess, to becoming a full-time photographer and videographer, I chose a different step that some people don't take, and that is picking up a full-time in-house creative role at a company. Why did I do that instead of just going full-time freelance? Is because I got married and I needed a consistent paycheck. But also working in-house has its benefits. On top of the stability of moving in-house, you also have the time to improve your skill set, put in the reps. It's with little to no risk. But also, after you've clocked out of your 9 to 5, you can still do freelance on the side. And that's what I did. And so while staying in-house, I moved to different brands and companies that will move me further into my career. And now that leads on to the last step and where I am right now, and that is growth. Right now, I'm working in-house at one of the trendiest dessert brands out there, all while freelancing on the side for large brands. Now that my life is a little bit more financially stable, I have a house, I have a family, I can finally start, in my head, take the risk to going full-time freelance. So we'll see what step 7 is. And if you're still here, let's bring it all back. Let's do a quick recap. Step 1, build your portfolio. Step 2, put it all on a website. And Instagram is not a portfolio. Step 3, reach out to as many people as possible. Step 4, you finally start landing those paid gigs and it snowballs from there. Step 5, and this is the path that I took. Let's call it 5A, and that is going full-time in-house. Or you can take 5B and just go full-time freelance. And now in the step where I am right now, and that's growth, trying to figure out where step 7 will be, and if that is still working in-house or taking that risk and doing full-time production. Anyways, that's my process. And to make things a little bit easier for you, I'm going to have a PDF on my website, which will give you a list of all the resources that I've used and some extra resources that I wish I had, and also an email template that I use to send to potential clients. Please change it up. They'll make it obvious that it's a copy and paste. Anyways, if you have any questions, just feel free to hit me up or leave a comment, and we'll catch you next time.